Good day, welcome. This is your Daily Med with Lady V. As we continue to look at the mysteries or the parable that Jesus Christ Himself spoke concerning the kingdom of heaven. And we say we are looking at these 12 mysteries or parables so that we can better understand what is it that Jesus is saying about his kingdom. So today we look at the second parable or mystery in St. Matthew chapter 13 and verse 24 through verse 30. It says to us, it is the second mystery or parable of the tares and wheat. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servant of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then art it tares? He said unto them, An enemy hath done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while he gather up the tares, he root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Remember, we are talking about Jesus himself making plain concerning the kingdom of heaven. So we go to same St. Matthew chapter 13, verse 37 through verse 44, and we have the explanation or the interpretation to this very parable. It says, when Jesus sent the multitudes away and went into the house, and his disciples came unto him, saying, Declare unto us the parable of the tares in the field. He answered and said unto them, He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy that sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who art ears to hear, let him hear. So Jesus made this parable publicly, But when he got inside of the house, the disciples came to him and said, Master, give us the interpretation of this parable about the wheat and the tares. Jesus Christ went ahead and he identified himself as the sower. Yes, Jesus sowed directly during his earthly ministry, and he has been sowing through his servants in the succeeding ages. He says to them in verse 38, the field is the world. And as it is very important that we emphasize the same thing, the field is the world. He did not say the field was the church. He says the good seeds mean the sons and daughters of the kingdom. And you and I might say men and women are seed. Yes, God plants them into the ground. They, at this point, these sons and daughters of the kingdom are sown into the world. During his years of public ministry, Jesus sowed into the world with his disciples, who were loyal subjects of the kingdom. He tells us the tares are the sons of the wicked one. Who is termed as the wicked one? Satan. So he's saying the wicked ones are sons and daughters of Satan. See, Satan always have a plan, but it's a plan of counterfeit for every divine reality. He sows the world with those who look like him, talk like him, walk like him, and to some extent even try to walk as the disciples, but they are not genuine followers of the king. In verse 39, the Bible tells us that the enemy is Satan. He is the enemy of God and the enemy of God's people. The Bible says the harvest is the end of the age, the end of the kingdom age, in the interim form, which will be when Jesus Christ himself returns in power and glory to reign as king. The Lord is not referring to the end of the church age. It leads only to confusion if we try to introduce the church as such here. The Bible tells us in verse 40 through 42, the reapers are the angels. And we find that in Revelation 14 through 20. During the present phase of his kingdom, no forcible separation is made right now to separate the tares from the wheat. The Bible says they are allowed to grow together. But at the second advent, when Jesus Christ comes back to earth, the angel will round up all the causes of sin and all evildoers, the Bible says, and throw them into the furnace of fire. Where they will reap, the Bible says, according to what they sow. He says there will be weeping and they will gnash their teeth. Verse 43 tells us the righteous subjects of the kingdom who are on earth during the tribulation, those will make it into the kingdom of their Father, to enjoy the 1,000 year, or as we refer to it, the millennial reign of Christ. There they will shine forth, the Bible says, as the sun. That is, they will be resplendent in glory. Again, Jesus adds the admonition. He says, "He who have ears to hear, let such one hear." He is calling upon us to understand what his kingdom means. So he's saying here to us, many times we say, but this parable does not justify, as some mistakenly supposed, the toleration of ungodly people in the local church. Remember that the field is the world, not the church. Local churches are explicitly commanded, if it needs be, to put out those that are not in fellowship, those that are guilty of certain forms of wickedness. We see that in 1 Corinthians 5:9-13. The parable simply teaches that in its mystery form, the kingdom of heaven will include the real and it will include the imitation. It will include the genuine and it will include the counterfeit. And that is the condition that will continue until the end of the age. The Bible tells us then God's messenger will do the separation of those that are false, those who are not genuine. They will be taken away in judgment from those that are true. And those that are true will enjoy the glorious reign of Christ on the earth. So the second parable, or the second mystery of the wheat and the tares being expounded or interpreted by the one who made the parable concerning the kingdom of heaven. God bless you. Thank you again for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please share, and don't forget to visit my YouTube channel, Daily Med with Lady V.